we have been waiting for this one. To hell and back again, the Kane Hodder story. We even got Jason to join us for this one. We did the trailer reaction a while back. This was like at the top of the list, and finally it's here. All right, we gotta let everybody know up front, this is gonna be a spoiler-filled review, so if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it.
Go watch it, watch it. Hey, you're back. I see you're back because you're right here. So I am assuming that you saw the movie, which is awesome.
Yes.
So basically, I think it's about, well, I know it's about.
What do you mean you think it's about? You did see it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's basically about Kane Hodder and his entire life story.
All right, we start off with the likes. I'm gonna try to keep this under 30 minutes and above 3 seconds, because in 3 seconds I could say absolutely everything, but that's not much. So what I will say
or you
is...
can say absolutely everything in half a second.
That's true. That's true. I may not have. Regardless. So breaking it down really, because I actually you watch, not a ton, but a few documentaries, and one of the key things with documentaries that this did very, very well is the pacing, is the story that you tell, because it is, an entire human being's life, almost 60 years, condensed into an hour and a half, and you have to take the highlights and everything else. But it can get bogged down. I mean, sometimes a documentary will go a little bit too much into their childhood or whatever else. And the other thing that I did really, really like a lot, and I was a little bit concerned about this going in, the big event in Kane Hodder's life is his burn. Okay, that's pretty well known. So they could have just done the documentary on that. And that would have been fine, that would have been enough. But what I think was very, very clever and very, very well done on their part was showing that there's much more to Kane Hodder and Kane Hodder's life and Kane Hodder's career than just that. So that was definitely a couple of them. What about you?
Of likes?
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Like, are you here? Are you here? Do I need Jason to take over for you at this point?
I like everything.
There you go.
I think what really stood out more was when they cast somebody else for Freddy versus Jason.
Yes.
And how he felt about that.
Yes.
But after he went through that downfall or something like that, he kind of did other projects too along the way.
Right.
Which kind of pretty much boosted up his career even more. So he got through that hurdle, but it was actually pretty amazing.
He's a survivor, without question. And actually, that was kind of one of the other things that I really, really liked about this, because, okay, so as horror fans, we just go, hey, we love Kane Hodder. He was Jason, 5 times, and some of the best movies. He's got the best kills, blah, blah, blah. But what Kane Hodder did is he broke down what he brought to the character, and that was really, really key and essential, because it's one thing to just go, he's my favorite because I've seen him the most. And it's another to understand that, wait a minute, he was operating on a different level, and I was picking that up subconsciously, that this is a better Jason than other Jasons because of the things he do. And it's a testament to him and a man from the standpoint of what he goes into the projects with. And that was kind of what you were saying, he went off and did other things because, again, many actors or stunt people would approach it, I'm Jason, I'm wearing a mask, which means my face isn't going to be seen on camera, so I'm going to go on set, be menacing, cash my paycheck, and go home. Instead, he went the other route, which is, I'm going to make this mine, I'm going to give this character some life, even with the difficulties of the mask and the bad, clothes, etc., etc. So yeah, and again, saying what we like about the documentary was their ability to have that all in there and show that, as opposed to just focusing on the one thing. And then what I also have to say, and I don't know if this is a like or it's just something that I needed to throw out there, and that is that without getting into the woe is me violin playing, I myself personally have been set on fire twice in my life, burned over 18% of my body one time and 19% of the body the other time. And after watching this, I barely need to even mention it, because it is absolutely insignificant compared to what he went through and with his burns and the after lack of care and the recovery and everything else. So, you know, that was like an eye-opener to me. Everyone knows about Kane Hodder's burns. It's kind of legendary in the horror community. But this provided a full understanding of the entire experience and what that meant. Not just, I've been burned, but I'm now 6 months in a hospital getting shitty treatment, almost dying, you know, just for ignorance, for pride, whatever else. So yeah, absolutely phenomenal on every level. All right, it is dislikes time. We discussed this a little bit beforehand. Looks like we actually have the same dislike. So on the count of 3, we're gonna fire it off here. 1, 2, 3.
Nothing
Absolutely
at all.
nothing. Maybe we didn't have the same dislikes. All right, it is Pinhead time. So, even though it's a documentary, it still falls sort of in our purview. So, judging it on its merits and worth, what are you going to give this?
I'm gonna give that 5 pinheads.
5 pinheads, top of the line.
It's awesome.
Wow.
God, I love you, Kane Hodder. I hope you watch this.
Yes, and so after deep thought and consideration, of course it's 5. 5 pinheads for me as well. Your 5 pinheads, my 5 pinheads make this without question our highest recommendation, a 5 pinhead movie.